Good after morning. It's later than I usually do. My in the back room with Becky, and I just want to say, it's terrific Tuesday. It's the rainy day in Kansas City, and I don't know why people tripping. We did get some storms sounding like we was having an earthquake last night. The thunder was so loud it shook my house and it woke me up, and I was like, I went in and checked to make sure my mother was still in the room because I wanted to make sure I wasn't left behind. What's up with me is today is Popular Culture Day. It's Terrific Tuesday. What are we talking about? The Beverly Hills Housewives, of course. Hello. Yes. I never understand it when people call my house and then they go, I say hello. I said, those recordings come on, and if you waiting for me to pause so I can talk to a recording, you tripping. Okay, back to what I was talking about. Let me just do that right quick. Anybody got anything to say to me, they'll call me on my cell phone if it's important. But it's people selling stuff that don't have a business inside my house. Man, speak to the business owner. You're speaking to her. How may I help you? No, I'm not buying nothing right now. uh, the Beverly Hills Housewives. Last night, gossip, 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 gossip. He said, she said, we gon' sue. Why would she keep a secret? You're not my mom. Okay, what I saw happening last night, and then the seance and stuff. Oh, let's get started. They always recap the shows when they're going to tie in loose ends. And, there was some question on the last show when they was getting ready to take the new girl out, Brandy, when she said, she's fucked up out of her head. She's stoned. She's been in the bathroom all night. Yada, yada, woo, woo. And I kept saying to myself, Kim is in midlife crisis. She had a house full of kids, and now she's down to just maybe two, if that. She's had some emotional upset with her family. I said, she probably on antidepressants and anti-anxiety. And when she named out the medication she was taking, I was like, ooh, that's some of the stuff they put me on after Raven died. Okay, I didn't know it had not been that long ago since their mother passed away either. So, all those things are a factor. I just thought Kim was just loopy. But Kim is on medication, psychotropic medication. Okay, now you got that background information. So now we know why the sisters both jumped up and was like, you don't know what you talking about. You just don't say that. And your defense was, I don't talk about my kids. Your little boy pissed in the yard. Trailer park trash. I don't care. I raised 4 boys too. They knew not to whip their little weenies out and pee just anywhere. If it's not no bathroom convenient. Andrew, you and Jason go behind the bushes. Don't let me see no penis meat because that's not nice. Period. So she want to go in on somebody. I was like, Brandy, Brandy, Brandy. You new on this show. And you on crutches. These might not be the chicks to F with. I'm trying to stop cussing so much because they say, you're so intelligent. Well, it's my show. I can say what I want to say. But I'm just going to clean it up and see if y'all like that. Y'all always have something to complain about. Just like the housewives. Okay, what really, really tripped me out. Okay. Last week they had the spa day. Adrian don't need nothing done for real because she got all the stuff in her house. Oh, yeah, I think I'll take an exfoliation from the machine today. You scrape off enough dead skin, yeah, you'll be looking fresh and new like me. But all this needle sticking in the face and stuff like that, I was like, okay. And then y'all having a seance. And then they're just telling people, oh, they're so wacky. They're highly weird. And that is not a concept that I poo-poo because I do believe in metaphysics. I do believe in the spiritual realm. I do believe in a lot of things that traditionally we African Americans would never admit or acknowledge that I ain't gonna tell nobody I read my horoscope every day. I ain't gonna tell nobody I had my palm read. I ain't gonna tell nobody I read the tarot card. You know, I think that what the misconception is that practicing the occult is not smiled on by Judeo-Christian ethics. Not because the stuff don't exist, but because we don't know how to control these things. Okay, so everybody, they went for 5 weeks and now they have plastic surgery night. I'm like, okay, they getting needles poked in their faces, and Kim knew about karma. She knew she had talked about Taylor's lips, and so she was scared to get them lip injections. She wanted to plump them up just a little bit. She look like that. All right. I'm sorry you weren't gifted with that. You know, it was the same thing with the Atlanta Housewives when they were getting all this different stuff done to their face. And they asked Sheree about, you know, what does she mean? No, she don't need anything. Is that? Oh, it's true. Black don't crack. And plump don't wrinkle. Okay, so Kim and Kyle got this little mystery thing going on between them. And Kyle does act like she thinks she's Kim's mother. I'm the youngest of me and my sister, but I dare not act like I'm her mama because she act like she's mine, and it's okay. Some days I have to tell her, look, you're not that much older than me. You need to chill out a minute. But I love my sister, so I accept whatever. Now, I knew it was going to be a problem when Kim got in that chair because Russell already suspected that either she was drinking again. Yes, you know, last year they said she was having some problems with alcohol. The woman was depressed, stressed, and still grieving. She took care of her mother until she died. So, you know, I think when we start criticizing and talking about people, pay attention to what makes the people do what they do. Okay, so he found out that she was on Trazodone and Lexapro and, you know, another medication. They're all to treat depression and anxiety. And she's got the empty nest syndrome. She's met someone. She's scared to tell her sister. And y'all probably said, why is she scared to tell her? Because she acted when she did tell her. I think I already know who it is. You know, and when they did the seance, they said, you know, in a past life, you were Kim's mother. And I have felt that same vibe on some of the young ladies that are in my life. And I go, okay, but does I remember I'm a manager first. I'm not a momager because these are grown women, but I have the nurturing spirit. And I always tell my mother, I believe in another life. I had a bunch of kids. And some of them come back through other people. Yeah, Becky's a little older. If you think so, but you know, a lot of things I say sound wacky to you, and then you hear it somewhere else. I felt death around me for 2 weeks. I just kept, and it was scary because I thought it was my mom, but it happened to be a neighbor. And then before that was all done, one of the dancers, I was on here one night, and I said, well, one of the dancers said somebody in their family is very sick. Well, that person inevitably passed away last night. So that, you know, that energy that was around me was making me feel sad because I knew I was going to have to start comforting people. And, you know, I do that a lot. I've sang at funerals. I've, you know, done the readings at funerals. I've stood up and spoke, as just like I was a minister at funerals for the people that were not a part of the church clique, you know, and people don't know you. My mother told me, she said, when I die, don't let the people get up there lying about me that don't know me. You speak for me. And they thought I would be able to do that, wouldn't be able to do that for my dad, but I did. So, you know, we looked at the situation, we looked at the dynamics, and then we're looking at how Taylor done turned on Lisa. And Lisa never claimed to be Taylor. She said she felt something a little shady about Russell all the time. And they've been covering for this girl, not telling anybody that, you know, she was being beat or hit or whatever. And so whenever she would jump up, when there was a lot of arguing going on, enough! Enough! I'm like, did you tell your husband that when he was thumping on you? When he was telling you where you could and could not go and who you could and could not talk to? It reminded me of that boy, that guy, that boy in Orange County that was married to the little blonde. Simon, whatever that woman got to talking to one of her girlfriends, he's like, what you talking about? See, that kind of behavior right there, that's controlling. That's not love. So Russell was controlling everything with Taylor. He had all the money. And I say when you're married for money, you're going to earn every bit of it. On to the next thing. Camille got some good news. And then she keep making these little digs. I would be careful. She keep making these little digs implying that, Kelsey Grammer may be gay or a cross-dresser or bisexual. And then this woman that don't know nothing about her situation allegedly says to her that your grandparents are very happy. They say celebrate your divorce. And they say that another man is coming along, going to be fabulous, yada, yada, woo-woo, and he's going to swing the right way. Now, that could have had something to do with politics. It did not have to do with sex, but that's how they all took it. And if you weren't sexually satisfied with your husband, I don't think national TV is the place for you to spill it. That's just being tacky. Okay. Is reality TV real or not real enough or to get too real? Let's roll on down. Adrian and Paul. They got a cute dynamic, but I do ultimately see that there is love between them because when he walked back in that room after she had that experience of the spirit lady talking to her about her dad, and that was the first time I ever, like I said about that one basketball wife in L.A., I did not like Jackie. I think she's a loose cannon and she talked too much and said the wrong thing, but I saw a human side of her. We all have this in common. We love our families. It hurts us when we have to say goodbye. Nobody wants to be alone. Everybody wants to be accepted. So with that having been said, let me talk about the two brand new ones that ain't going to be there very long according to my belief. It's Dana and Brandy. They didn't show them very much. They just showed them reaction-wise. I think that they're getting the numbers in. I'm not on that. I'm not on Team Dana. Dana sounds like nouveau riche. That means a newly rich. And everything. Can you believe $25,000 for these bands? From the minute she started just harping on everything she bought and owned, I was through with her. Then the other little girl, Brandy, you coming and you jumping in folks' faces, accusing folks of using illicit drugs, and you on crutches? You better be glad you wasn't on there and that house. Because then he would have took them crutches and whooped your ass with them. She's going to be interesting. Because I don't look to see her or Dana back next year. They just don't have enough substance. I just don't think they do. Putting a pretty face of somebody with some money up there is not to be all and end all. You in the back room with Becky is Tuesday. Have a terrific one. Peace and love always to the people.